Does anybody want to take a guess at what it is? Weapons of biological warfare could trigger a global pandemic, a worldwide plague, that could wipe out humans faster than they could procreate. The crisis for civilization and our human species has been rising since 1945. But what has unifying science, economics, and religion got to do with ending the crisis? Well, I'll get to that in a moment, but first I have to identify in a few words the underlying cause of the crisis. It has to do with the quality of world education. There's a crisis in education that never makes the evening news, and we are on the verge of destroying both civilization and our species with this one decisive failure. The fundamental causes of the crisis of human survival is the miseducation of the educated classes. Miseducation comes in three varieties. One, miseducation on which physical causes lead to which physical effects. Miseducation on which biological causes lead to which biological effects. And miseducation on which social causes leads to which social effects. The most social destruction follows widespread miseducation on which social causes lead to which social effects. How serious is this problem of worldwide miseducation? Miseducation of the educated classes is the root cause of world war, world poverty, and world servitude. That's a pretty serious claim. But to substantiate this claim, it's important that we precisely define the key term miseducation. By the way, when anyone ever claims to have science in any field of knowledge, and not a pseudoscience, it is very important to be semantically precise. So thus, win-win theory is a science based on semantic precision. So here's a precise definition of miseducation. Miseducation is any increase of any individual's misunderstanding of which physical, biological, and social causes lead to which physical, biological, and social effects. Now, in defining education or miseducation, there's a corollary that follows. And it is the definition of education, which has the potential to revolutionize education from kindergarten to graduate school, wherever it is applied. Education is any increase in any individual's understanding of which physical, biological, and social causes lead to which physical, biological, and social effects. In today's schools of higher learning, I'll say that in quotes, especially outside of the physical and biological sciences, students are largely gaining a miseducation on which causes lead to which effects. This travesty of education cannot continue indefinitely, at least not in this age of nuclear weapons. Either the world's colleges and universities will supersede the downside of miseducation with the upside of education, or the human race will perish from self-extermination, leading to self-extinction. Now, it's often embarrassing, I'm sure you felt this, for me to be classified as a Homo sapien, but nonetheless, it would seem to be an unfortunate loss if we should become extinct through the calamities of institutionalized stupidity. If we're going to unify science with economics and religion, we better have a clear understanding of the nature of science. This means it should be precisely defined. Science is the observational a posteriori method of identifying and verifying the causes of physical, biological, and and social effects. Now, in contrast, if we don't want to be caught up in the misadventures of pseudoscience, we should also identify what pseudoscience really is. Pseudoscience is the imaginary, a priori method of determining the causes of physical, biological, and social effects. In the end, there are only two approaches to understanding cause and effect: imagination of causality or observation of causality. In the physical sciences, through the work of Galileo, Newton, and others, imagination of physical causality, it's been superseded by the observation of causality. Now, in the biological sciences, through the work of Pasteur, Darwin, and Mendel, the imagination of biological causality has been superseded by observation of biological causality. Now, one of the aims of win-win theory and the science of social causality is to play a role in superseding the imagination of causality with the observation of causality. The most profound paradigm shift in human history is the ongoing shift from reliance on imagination of causality towards reliance on the observation of causality. And it's critical for our survival. In a world where pseudoscience is often masquerading as science, it's critical to draw a precise line of demarcation between science and pseudoscience. We now need to define economics. Like science, economics comes in two brands. Win-win economics is the a posteriori, after observation, of maximizing the causes of prosperity and minimizing the causes of poverty through voluntary exchange. If you have a precise definition of win-win economics, then it's sort of easy to define win-lose economics. Win-lose economics is the a priori, before observation pseudoscience that claims to maximize the causes of prosperity and minimize the causes of poverty through institutionalized involuntary exchange at gunpoint. Of course, all Marxian economics are win-lose economics at gunpoint. All interventionist economics, whatever the brand they come in, are win-lose economics at gunpoint. Finally, in unifying science, economics, and religion, we need to define religion. Religion is any a priori belief system on divine deities and their commandments to humans on what to believe and how to act. Now that I've defined science, economics, and religion, can they somehow be unified? Is there anything that could lay a foundation for unification? And this is a formidable problem because science is an observational, a posteriori discipline, and religion is an imaginary discipline. Science claims to discover causality through observation, and religion claims to discover causality through imagination without observation. To solve this incompatibility between science and religion, the question can be asked, is there a central element of all major religions which is a fundamental religious practice that, when applied by the faithful, can be observed to verify and foster the social effects that nearly everyone wants, namely world peace, prosperity, and freedom? On the premise that most people prefer peace over war, prosperity over poverty, and freedom over servitude, here's the question. Is there a religious principle that we can observe to bring these lofty aims to fruition when such a religious principle is practiced by believers and non-believers as well? Historians of religion have long noted a rule of conduct